It's Perp back with another video, and I just got done watching Halloween Kills. This is the sequel or the continuation of the 2018 Halloween movie, which I really enjoyed. Y'all go check out that review in the description below. Let me know how you guys feel about this new direction of Halloween, and you know, what are some of your favorite Halloween movies? Do you like the original canon movies, or do you like the this new iteration of the Halloween movies? Now, before I get into this review, hit that like button, subscribe, follow me on Twitter at PerpMind420. I want to kind of talk about the kind of what can I say? The kind of red flags I should say that came about really early with this. I think a couple months before this came out, they announced that this was going to be on Peacock. And before they announced this was going to streaming and stuff, I really thought that this was had potential to be one of the bigger like rated R movies box office wise. But it seems like ever since people got early reviews and stuff like that, people went to go see it at festivals, things started to change. There's a Rotten Tomato score, it's at like a 40 something. I was like, wow. But I kind of ignore all that stuff because I want to just go into it with my own perspective, because you always want to get your own take on something. You don't want to just watch something and then you go watch the movie and then you're going to have a bad experience. So always just go watch things for yourself. Don't always acknowledge the other stuff. But I know that was a long intro, but let's get into this. So I have to kind of dive into somewhat spoilers. I'm not going to spoil the ending, but it does leave it open for Halloween Ends, which I think comes out next year or something like that, or 2 years. I don't know when the release date for that will be. Man, so this picks up not directly, while I'm saying as far as the timeline goes, it picks up directly from 2018's Halloween. But before we get into that stuff, we kind of dive into the past, which right off the bat, it was a cool idea, but at the same time, just looking at it, we didn't really need that. There's a lot of stuff in this movie that really wasn't needed. A lot of the dialogue was kind of a little weird at times. There's some dope-ass kills. Candyman, I'm looking at you. Candyman can learn from this. This is how you do a slasher. This is all you have to do with a slasher. You don't have to make a serious story or anything like that. It doesn't matter. The slasher is, there's a killer going out killing people, and you see them get killed in brutal ways. That is a slasher. That's all. When you cut away from those kills, it completely takes you out of it. Now, there are a couple kills that they kind of didn't show, but it's okay because they make up for it, because a lot of other people just get completely bodied within this whole entire movie. So going back to the beginning, like I said, you didn't really need that with the whole Hawkins like kind of backstory. It kind of plays into something later, not really. It's kind of half-assed to me, in my opinion, how they kind of tie his connection to Michael. And everybody in this town has been kind of traumatized by Michael, and that's kind of the theme of this movie. And I kind of like the twist that, instead of these people being victims of Michael, they want to fight back. What's his name? Tommy was dope. Tommy was really dope in this. It was a little over the top with the whole saying he has to die, evil must die tonight. Like, I think that kind of really ran its course really fast. It became old very fast to me. But other than that, I like that he kind of had this group of people that have been traumatized in some shape or fashion by Mike Myers, and they became like this neighborhood watch, and this neighborhood watch kind of turned into this mob, this hate mob that just goes after Mike Myers. And that's crazy, because psychologically, really, Michael turned these people into monsters, because there's this scene of another person that escaped the insane asylum or whatever, or that hospital, wherever Michael is being kept at in the last movie. They were trying to put the blame on him because, like, they also play into this this whole notion they never seen his face, so they don't really know what he looks like. And Mike doesn't like people messing with his mask. He's very sensitive about that. Very sensitive about that. They make that really known in this movie. Laurie is not really, she really takes a back seat in this whole entire movie. Everybody else kind of does their own thing. Everybody is kind of doing this for Laurie, doing this for themselves as well. And I can see that being an issue for people. Like, damn, like, Laurie completely is absent out of this movie. But her daughter's kind of, her daughter and her granddaughter kind of take the focus away from her. You know, they become the main focus, I should say. And it's going to be interesting now, just based off the ending, how things are going to play out, how Laurie is going to pretty much react to this, and how Allison is going to react to this. It sets up the sequel really well. Like I said, I could see people's issues with this. Like, it's a little bit too much humor in this. It feels almost drastically different from the 2018, because 2018 was pretty serious. Here, it doesn't kind of take itself too serious. You know what I'm saying? I don't like the fake Loomis that we got. We didn't need that. Like I said, we didn't need any of those little flashbacks. You cut those out, I think you get a better movie. Don't get me wrong, though. It is still entertaining. Like I said, it's a Halloween movie. You expect Mike Myers to just go off. And he's mad brutal in this, and I like the whole burnt mask and stuff. It was really dope how they kind of utilized that and still keep the essence of what Mike Myers is, as far as how he walks and how, like, you know, how he goes about and how brutal he is to people. Like, he does not discriminate. He does not care. He's just on a rampage in this movie. And there's some really dope kills. I'm going to spoil one of these kills. I'm not going to say nothing else about any other one, but this one was absolutely probably my favorite kill that I ever seen. So this chick in this movie, you've seen her in the 2018 one, you know, not gonna get into it, but anyways, it's not important. She has this big ass Desert Eagle. She's just shooting at this car, shooting at Michael, completely missing. I just don't know how. And all Michael does as she keeps shooting is hits her with the door. The door, like, as she's shooting, this is going to be kind of hard to explain. As she shoots, Michael hits her with the door, and she ends up shooting herself. That shit was so fucking lit, bro. I literally lost my shit when I saw it. I was like, oh shit, that was crazy. There's a lot of those type of kills in here. There's a lot of satisfying kills. Overall, I'm looking forward to how this all is going to wrap up. I know they're going to do some type of time skip. How big of a time skip, I have no idea. Probably, it will most likely probably take place in present day, because they said they're going to address the pandemic. I just hope they don't go too crazy with it or nothing like that, because they did kind of get kind of preachy in this one. It's just, like I said, a lot of the dialogue and a lot of what Laurie was doing in this movie was kind of just, it was a little over the top. Could have just, like, chilled out with it a little bit. I'm surprised that, you know, there are certain people that made it out. The last kind of scene was a little confusing for me, but it goes to show you how much of a beast Mike Myers is. If Chucky is the Joker of slashers, I would say Michael Myers is definitely the Thanos of the slashers, because he's just an unstoppable force. It doesn't matter if there's 10 of you or like even 15 of you, he's going to kill you. And I think people are going to enjoy this that are fans of Halloween. It's okay to me. I think it could have been better if they were to just made this movie like an hour and a half, tone down some of the goofy stuff and the over topness, and just have it more feel like 2018's Halloween. Because you're never going to go back to just how the original was. That's what kind of made it special. It was very low budget. It was a little bit more effective, more scary. Nowadays, you just go watch Halloween to just be entertained, to watch people get killed. It's not that scary, but there's some enjoyment to be had. There's definitely some criticisms that you could find in this movie, but that's just my take on it. I know this video ended up being a little bit longer than expected, but let me know how you guys feel about this movie in the comments below. Till next time, I'm out. Peace.